Hello, welcome to Book Talk. I'm your host, Anthony Moirore. At Book Talk, we get to have an author come and tell us about their book. And today we have a great guest with us who has an interesting stories. Now, any story that touches on Hollywood is an interesting story, but this is more than just interesting. And without taking one more minute, I'm going to introduce to the show one Mario Quinones-Revolori, and I hope I got that right. Hi.
Yes, you did.
Yes, did I?
Yeah, correct.
Good, good, good. Now, it's an interesting name, Revolori. I have not heard about it before. Where does it come from?
It comes from, as far as I know, it comes from a Jewish descent. My mom is an immigrant from Portugal to El Salvador and Guatemala.
Okay. Oh, so where are you right now?
I'm in Studio City, California, next to Universal Studios.
Oh, that's beautiful. I am always looking
Yeah.
forward to. I am always wishing to come to Universal Studios and see what goes on there.
Oh my goodness, yeah, man. Like about 5 minutes walking to from Universal Studios.
So, how did you find yourself there? How did you go there?
Well, I've been living here most of my life. I came first from Central America to Anaheim, California, and I lived over there since I was 12 years old. And about 7 years ago, I moved here because I've been in the entertainment industry for a long time. And then because I want to be close for the driving because it's a pain in the neck to drive from Anaheim to here every time that I go for auditions and for gigs and everything. That's why I'm here now. I
Oh,
love it.
so you are an actor yourself.
Uh, I'm more than an actor. I'm the father of two actors. One is kind of famous. And he plays the role of Flash Thompson in Spider-Man.
Mm, good. So you're the father of one person who plays in the Spider-Man movie.
Yes,
Mm,
sir.
good. That's good. That's good. We are always looking forward to be associated with someone who is in the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm happy to get to know you. And then you've written a book, Dead to Me Hollywood. We are going to find out more about that. But before we go into that, I want to find out, when did you start writing? Did you start on this book, or you've been writing before this book?
I've been a writer for a long time. I write movie scripts, songs, and poems and everything. I love writing. But this is my first big book that has been on sale for the last 5 months. It's a very interesting and very funny because it's based on a true story, and I decided to write and I wrote it. I started writing in 2016. No, actually 2017.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
what triggered it? What triggered this
Okay.
writing?
I was the victim in Hollywood of a crime myself, and so I was poisoned and by hitmen, by professional hitmen, and I went to the hospital. I was in a coma for 17 days, and then I survived through miracles, hard work, and impossible because the doctors said that I wasn't going to survive. My own mother said when she saw me that I was going to die soon because I was dying in my bed, and I made it through life because I believe God has a special task for me, a call, I should say, and that's why I'm here. It's impossible because I'm the victim of three assassination plots, and I survived the three of them. One by poisoning, the other one by choking, and the last one by a overdose of medicaments.
Oh,
And
now,
that's why when see, because I survived, I said to myself, and I said to God, I'm gonna write this book, no matter what the trials and tribulations and snares that I face. I'm gonna do it, and I did it. I started to write this book, blind, mute, and paralyzed and mentally ill.
wow, wow. Now, why would someone want to kill you? I mean, you're talking of three attempted murders. Why would someone want to kill you?
No, I don't have the answer, the real answer, the true answer to that question, but I can think that it was my own relatives that paid a professional hitman to kill me based on some documents and evidence. I have those, but I'm not sure. I cannot point fingers on anybody. The only thing that I know that I was poisoned, I was threatened and gaslighted for 5 months. Where the guy that followed me everywhere I went, and he told me he was going to kill me.
Hmm, that's interesting. Now, I wonder when you mentioned that is a relative that would have wanted to kill you. It's frightening when we come to think that those close to us can want us dead or gone forever.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
how did the hitman get to you? I mean, how from where did the hitman come from? Or if you did you ever
yeah.
find out at some point?
Yes, yes, sir. That's why I wrote the book, because it's an amazing true story. I would say like without a doubt, 85 or 89% of what I wrote in the book is completely the truth. I'm not lying almost anything in that book. Okay, this guy comes to me. I work for this famous Hollywood producer, doing music and movies and everything. He was my friend more than my employer, because I was working for him. And then he was nice to me. All of a sudden, he started threatening me. And I say, why is he threatening me? But the thing was, when my relatives or whoever hired the hitman, he, ha- he hacked my computer and my boss's computer. And now he went, and because he hacked it, and when I sent emails to my boss, he answered me uh, different, threatened me, and I thought it was him, but it wasn't him. It was the hacker, and he was tracking me through his email. So my email didn't go through to my boss, but to this guy, because this guy told me he was going to kill me, because God told him to kill me. And the only and what I think that there was my relatives, because he told me that the only way that he wasn't gonna kill me is if I went to that relative of mine and kneel down to him and ask him for forgiveness.
Hmm. For forgiveness, is there
Hmm.
something that you had done?
Nothing, not absolutely nothing. In fact, I'm a father and a mother and a brother and a spiritual leader and a legal advisor for all my brothers, sisters, mother, parents, cousins, and all my relatives. I'm the sharp of the family. I'm the one that gets them, all of them, out of trouble.
Hmm. Hmm. It's interesting to just imagine. Now we talked about a relative thinking of you wanting you dead, and that could be if you've done something wrong. But then I
Exactly.
hear of a story of someone wanting you dead for doing something good, for being that person who is more successful, someone who is shining in the family, someone who
Mhm.
can be depended upon, but someone does not want to see you progressing. That's it's quite shocking.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think it is. Yeah.
Mm,
Motivation is hate and jealousy, envy. That's what I believe.
mm-hmm. So, going through your book, you've written so many chapters, and uh, have you shared every single story in a story kind of form, or you have told bits and bits in the book?
No, it's the whole story. It tells the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
What really happens.
Mm.
Yeah, I did.
And going back a bit in the movie industry, maybe it's not even back because it's a chapter I saw in the book talking about Walt Disney. What's it about? Walt
Oh,
Disney.
oh, because my daughter was gonna get a deal. When the troubles started. Remember, I told you about the producer that I was talking about at the beginning. This guy was helping me with my daughter because she wanted to become a singer. So I was helping her, and then we got this gig. Hollywood Records from Walt Disney was gonna hire her because she was an amazing singer, and then they're gonna tell us, but the deal didn't go through. And when the deal didn't go through, this guy got into me. This Hitman, and then I don't know why the deal didn't go through, but according to Disney, all Disney, they told me that it was because my daughter was a minor, and that they didn't want to deal with a minor. But that's what I've been connected with uh, with Disney for a long time because my son, my famous, because he's famous. My son that plays Spider-Man, now he's that one of the stars of a TV series that is done by Disney Plus, and then it's gonna be out in November. It's one of the lead roles in a TV show that is called Willow. I don't know if you have heard that movie in the past, but they are doing out of that movie, they are doing a TV series,
Mm-hmm.
and my son is being cast in one of the lead roles.
Okay.
So I've been with Disney, working for Disney, and in Disney for almost all my life.
Mm. And you've been on Disney, and what other? I mean, or has it all been only been Disney? Disney.
No, no, no. I've been working for Paramount Pictures, Columbia Pictures, Warner Bros, Warner Brothers, and so on. Fox. I've been to Fox too.
So, how old was your daughter when you're trying to?
She was 11 years old.
Okay.
11 years. Mhm.
And you started with your son in the movies. I mean, are you the one who introduced? I guess I want to guess that you are the one who introduced your son also to the movies.
Yes, I was the one that made him famous. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I was the brain. I was the investor. I was the creator. I was the scout. I was the publicist. I was the acting coach. I was everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, is there any point in your story that you link some of these stations or these movie houses to whatever has been going on in your life? Was there any
Yeah.
connection?
Yes, there is a particular one that I went and that I wrote with the agency, with the agent Teresa. Many of them I put on in the book. I have written I've written a few stories that it happened in the movie industry. How my son went on, how I did it, how I was. how I went all over the world, all over the world to work with it. And by the way, my voice breaks because when I got poisoned, I was blind, mute, and paralyzed until today. I choke and sometimes my voice breaks and sometimes my brain doesn't function properly and I hesitate, I mumble, and then I have all kinds of problems related to the poison, and my voice is one of the ones that's been affected most because my throat. I got all my nerves from the top of my head to the bottom of my soul got damaged, and so my nerves are a mess. I still suffer vertigo, and then if I'm standing, I fall down, and,
Hmm.
and that's why I apologize for the break of my voice. But yeah, like I said, I wrote many things, many stories in the book that people can see. They can read.
Yeah, and we were trying to see if there has been any connection with the troubles that you've gone through. I mean, with based on or connected to the movie houses. Uh,
No, no,
no,
not at all, not at
no.
all. The hitman was independently, but he did it through the entertainment industry. To get to me, he went and hacked the computer and everything of that famous producer that was working with me. And so he pretended it was him when he was threatening me that I thought that it was a joke from that producer. I didn't believe it was real until he poisoned me because he poisoned me in my own house. He came to my house to pour the poison in my drink.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh, that's hard. But and at this point, you mentioned about losing sight and your voice, but then you got them back as you are speaking. You also got back your sight.
I got back my sight. I got back everything with disabilities, with secondary reactions and everything, but still I can function properly. I'm happy and I'm thankful to God that saved my life and it gave me a new life and a life of problems, disabilities and everything. But I can work and I can do everything back normally as I did before with efforts and with a lot of pain, but I'm still thankful to the Lord that I'm doing this interview and thank to you that you're allowing me to share my story because this story for me it means the world, it means everything because what I went through is such an amazing thing. The way I got delivered was because the hand of God. I
Mm,
believe in God, strongly believe in God, and otherwise I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you because it was impossible for me to survive the attacks and the plots and everything and the attention to kill me from a professional hitman.
mm,
I wasn't. It wasn't done by an amateur or from any person that doesn't know what he was doing. He chased me. He followed me. He threatened me for 5 months. Finally, he did it, and
mm.
so it just was the grace of God.
Wow, wow, wow. It's good that we are hearing a story of hope from something that has been very devastating in your life. It's good that you come back with this positive message to say that God has done great in your life and you're a living proof that miracles do exist. And
Hmm.
we call him a God of second chances. And you're using your second chance the best way possible. And we thank you.
Yeah.
We thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And speaking on that, one of the chapters is known as dreams. Tell us about that.
Which one?
Dreams.
Oh, dreams, dreams. I had dreams, and those dreams came a reality. All those dreams came true just as they happened, just as they dreamed them. And I'm a person that I don't believe that much in dreams. I mean, even my daughter asked me the other day, like 2 weeks ago, about dreams, and I said dreams are just dreams, but sometimes they are messages that come true because God put them on us sometimes, not all the time, not all the time. But my dreams, the ones that I'm talking in the book, came to the letter, came to reality to the letter. I couldn't even imagine, that all of them came true just amazingly. And
Mm,
so again, I give thanks to my Lord that I had that opportunity because I called that book when I was writing blind, paralyzed, and mute. I couldn't believe that it was going to be possible because death was knocking at my door every single minute. And I
mm,
never, I never thought that I was going to survive. But deep in my mind, I said, Lord, if you save me, I'm gonna write this book special for you.
mm,
And I had to share with you this one. I don't know if it's gonna come true. It's not a dream, it's a vision. I was sleeping in my car because now I work as a security guard. After I was traveling around the world, writing and making movies, making enough money to live in luxury. I live right now in a small room here in Los Angeles and work as a security guard to pay my bills. And I was working at that place one day and I heard a voice. I've been hearing many voices, but that day I heard a voice that night. Actually, was a night like 9 at night, and I heard a voice, and God told me the voice, and I know that it was the voice of God, because the devil talks to me many times, and God talks to me, and I know when it's the devil's voice, when it's bad voices, demonic voices, voices that want bad things for me. And I know when it's the voice, the sweet voice of the spirit that comes to me and say, okay, do this because I want you to do that. So that day came that voice and told me, Mario, says, even my name, even mention my name, Mario, your book in time. It didn't say now or tomorrow. It said in time is gonna be watched and read in the four corners of the world. And I still keep that dream alive. And maybe you show 50, 40 years from now it comes true. People will say, wow, this guy was real. Maybe it won't happen, but God told me that. And I stick
amen.
to that one.
Amen. Amen. And I second
Mhm.
that. I pray that it becomes a worldwide story being told to inspire and motivate and encourage other people who may be going through some challenges, to give them a hope of a tomorrow. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's because this is, I believe this is the reason that you did it, to give hope to someone who is out there, and it's gonna happen.
I hope and pray too to the Lord.
And
Yes.
yes, and talking of hope, I mean, as I was saying, you have so many chapters, and several of the chapters are just one word. And then we have a chapter on hope. Tell us about that.
Hope, because I have been a person of hope. I've been a person that always prayed for the best, and that's what I told my sons, and I told my relatives every time. I still tell them, I'm a person that without that believes and acts in hope, because if you don't have a hope, you don't have anything in life. It's the only thing that motivates us, the only thing that's going to happen because we don't know. I invest $1 million. I have to hope that I'm going to make a profit. You never know if we're going to get it back. And then people say, but you go to school, you go to the university, and they tell you education is the key to success. Not really. Not really. There's millions of people around the world, even here in America, the richest country in the world in education. I have education over here, and I've never been able to find a job. I'm a biologist here in America, and I speak three languages: Italian, Spanish, and English. And I have a degree in the languages. There's no jobs. And people think that education is going to put you to the money and to the jobs just like that. No, you still have to have a hope that you are going to be the one that is going to land the job. I have friends and relatives over here that are teachers and doctors, and they haven't have found a job because they've been 5, 7, 6 years graduated, and then they go to apply for a job, and that job is one position. There's 3,000 applicants for that job, and they give it to the one that has the most connections, and that's all over the world. So the hope, and that's what you hope for the best.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not something so strange when you talk about connections all over the world. I thought it was in some other parts that I'm not going to mention. I was not going to expect that it's the same story in America, that you've got to
Oh
have some
yeah,
connections. Mm-hmm.
same story because I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Mm.
Mhm.
So, you tell us now, it's not just a matter of education, it's not just a matter of how qualified you are. It takes something that you talk about also in the book as another chapter, faith. It takes faith. You may not explain that to us, because this is why someone should go and get the book and read. There are so many chapters, and whatever you've experienced, Mario, tell us. I believe there's much more that you can get from the book, much more than you've got from this episode. So it tells us that you should have faith. Yes, believe. And
Faith,
yes,
faith.
faith. Yeah, tell us.
Yes, the way I see it and the way that I wrote that chapter is because without faith you are nothing, and
Mm,
when your faith is stolen from you, and that really happens many times. People with a new products that steal our faith, and the faith is that's why it's important for a person to believe in God. And I tell people, to me, the way I see it, there is no atheist. They believe in God. It's just that they don't want to accept it. Because I've been talking to atheists. I got a story to share to you. There's not in the book, but I met this gentleman that was my boss. I was working when I was going to college in here in California, in Anaheim, California, where Disneyland is. Disneyland is. I lived my childhood 5 blocks literally away from Disney. Then I
mhm,
could walk every day to the park, and then I work at a place as security guard while I going to school to pay my bills and everything. And it was this guy by the name of John Pashda, okay, and
mhm,
a white American person. And he told me the first one that I heard that not believing in God, saying, I'm atheist, I don't believe in God. One time I asked him, I caught him off guard, and I told him, John, it's okay to do good, and or it's okay to do evil, or to do bad things. And he says, and then he said, no, you don't do bad things, only good. Okay. And I said, and the bad things, how do you call good? Evil things. And then I say, John, and then you believe in God, because that's what it's God. God is just a word that we use to 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 infatuate the creator and the one that does everything, including bad. But he
mhm.
teaches us to rule ourselves and to go into goodness, not into bad things. That's why faith in God is the main thing for me, because you don't see him, you don't hear him, and people that don't want to realize, they go there, show it to me. I want to see it, I want to hear it, I want to touch him. And that's faith. Faith is such a beautiful thing, that you believe in things. You tell me, Mario, I'm going to visit you tomorrow. Or in 1 year, I promise you, I'm going to try my best to meet you in person and go to America. I have to have faith in you that you're going to do it. And faith in me that I'm going to help you. You're going to do your best. You have faith. It could happen. If it doesn't happen, but you don't break that faith.
Mm.
That's why it's important to me.
So no matter what happens, don't lose your faith. Keep your faith.
Exactly.
Keep your faith
That's it. Keep
and
your
keep
faith.
on hoping.
And hoping, yes.
Keep on believing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because if you lose all that, then you're nothing. You're gone. I mean, someone said that hope dies last.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So yes, this is beautiful and it's great, and I look forward to some time reading that book and getting more out of it. And this is what I desire, that every person who's listening to this or watching this to go and get that book by Mario Quinones-Revolori and read it.
Yes.
So, where can we get the book from?
You can get it. There's a lot of places that are selling right now. I'm so blessed that the book is selling. It's selling in Japan. It's selling in Vietnam. It's selling in Germany. It's selling in some companies, small bookstore are selling in Netherlands. Okay, the book is doing great. It's doing great, but you can get it on Amazon, and I send you the link, and you can get it Google on Google and many other places on the internet that they are selling.
Hmm.
Yes,
So the book is Dead to Me Hollywood. And that's
yes,
how people are going to search it. Dead to
yes,
Me Hollywood. But maybe you can
yeah,
explain to us how you came up with this title, Dead to Me. Yes, you tell us about those attempted
yes,
murders. And then how did you come up with this Dead to Me Hollywood?
yes, yes. I came up with that. See, I'm a person. If you follow me and you see how I write movies, I have three movie scripts, and I have a TV show, and I have songs and short films. I have the ability that God has given me again to think different, and I, from a very title, I'm a particular to to choose them. And now I have another book that is being written, and I just doing a revision, and I'm gonna start putting it up, and it's called Make M Fish Me Out. Okay, and it's a fiction book.
And fish am out.
Make M Fish Me Out.
Fish
Okay,
me
I came
out.
out that title, but that's why I'm particular. So, and I came with a title, Dead to Me Hollywood, because it happened because the killer went to Hollywood to kill me, and it was about killing, and because it was a relative that is believed that paid the hitman to kill me, so someone wanted me dead. That's what I came out with that, using Hollywood, and I use Hollywood also for marketing purpose, because
Okay.
everyone that they has a title Hollywood, they are gonna get interested in. I believe it was the inspiration of God that told me to come up with that title, but that's the reason. Dead,
Oh,
someone wanted to me dead.
beautiful. So everyone go and get Dead to Me Hollywood by Mario Quinones Revolori. And we are almost coming to the end of the show. But before we end it, we always ask our guest, and I'm prepared for this because I know Mario has everything about this moment. We always ask our guests at Book Talk to leave us with some few words that we will always remember. This is your time.
Or I would say probably in life, I advise my audience, my people, and everyone in the world to think, never give up. Never ever give up. Because can you imagine if I had given up, and all the doctors said that I was gonna die. My own mother, when she saw me, told me that I was gonna die. All my brothers and sisters said, well, I was gonna die. All my relatives and friends, and I made it because I didn't give up. And so there's three things that I wrote in a book. By the end of the book, I write three things. And I say, I survived because I never gave up. And because three things that you need to do in life. Number one, in that order, pray. Pray, pray, and pray. Number two, exercise. Number three, Eat as healthy as you can. That will be my message for people. If you do those three things, number one, pray. Number two, exercise. Not going to the gym. I'm not talking about going to the gym. I'm talking about exercising in your bed, on your chair, whatever you are. Move, just move, do movements, and that'll give you something that you won't believe. And then eat the best you can. Try to avoid the drinks that you know, and I know, and everyone knows that it causes you damage in your whole body, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And then never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. No matter how tough the things come to you.
Wow, wow, I lack words.
Mm.
But Mario's
Mm.
words are the best. So we can't thank you enough, Mario, for taking your time. And also, we would like to thank those who are watching live and those who are going to hear the recorded version of this show. We thank you very much. On the show, we had at least one person who's known as John leave us a comment. He says, Mario, a man of strong faith. Congratulations. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. We thank you. And we thank each and every one of you. After you listen to this, share it with everybody. Share it over and over. Keep the faith. Don't give up. And go get that book. Thank you. And that's it for now. Uh, God bless you. And see you next time. This is your
Thank
host,
you.
Anthony Mirore, and Mario.
Ciao, ciao.
We
Thank you
say
so much.
bye.
God
Bye
bless.
bye. Yeah, God
Bye.
bless. Bye.
Okay, bye bye. Bye.
Yeah.